Great. You often say that expansion of thought, which should be an epitome for an engineer, is missing today. For our viewers, would you please elaborate your observation, mainly with examples, if possible?
Now, actually, if you remember what happens in the total engineering profession from 1998, late 1997, there is an enormous demand of qualified, intelligent people in the software sector. They offered better price, better remuneration. They offered better environment for the work. So the core engineering able to receive the residual. In civil engineering, the transformation, as I said earlier, from traditional engineering method to the computerized design was also on during that period. Availability of the computer forced the technocrat and the administrator raise their expectation level. Commencement of copy paste technology happens.
Okay.
Taking all into this, as I said previously, the core engineering used to receive the residual block of intelligent block was missing. This talent quality of the new entrants was not that conducive to learn the engineering practice on one hand and the transformation of computer design on the other hand within this small duration. So
Yes.
all these things created a trouble to the engineering profession's thought process.
Yes.
As I said in the previously that they are given two examples that thing. I am giving you one, telling me one thing. I was asked to design a structure in C, a 21-meter structure in the sea.
Okay.
My boss provided me all the technical document, and those days his own laptop he also provided to me.
Okay.
And gave me 4 weeks time. You design the structure and come back to me. So after looking into the structure, it was very difficult for me how to do and what to do and all those things. I was asked to be in Delhi, and he instructed everybody that whatever I should ask, I must get. So every night I used to look into that and start looking into that. Those days I was not knowing the MS project much because I was habituated in Lotus 1, 2, 3. So I started doing that thing. Go on doing the trial and the trial. After that, I finally did the design. After finishing of the design, the cover page I wrote. My boss went to abroad. After returning back, I handed over to him with the mention, use it after checking the same.
After checking?
Checking the same.
Okay.
Regards, Subhasis Sen. After returning back, he asked me, what you wrote? I say, I did it. It is correct. I am confident. But you use it only after checking it. What do you mean by that? I said, this is the kind of structure first time I am doing. Second thing, I have not seen this kind of structure anywhere. Other than the drawing that you have provided, previous one, which was also 6 meters less than the height. Then he asked many people in the office, Mr. X, Y, Z, all they came and someone took it. But when he came downstairs, someone hinted me, दादा देख लेना ये पास वाला मंजिल का वहां पे एक दीवार है. That was a 9-story building.
Yeah, yeah.
And after 15 minutes, he returned back and went to Mr. Ghosh and said, no, I am not going to do these things. I have not done this thing. Then someone said, let us go to IIT Delhi. But only one gentleman, I think he was the son of his classmate.
Okay.
He was also working with us. He only said, let me sit with him. So he sat with me 2 days and he checked the thing. And so now you see, in a office like CES, such a big office, they are able to locate only one person to check the thing. But there is no other people, those who came forward. Then I said about the culvert thing. I remember when we were doing the Mecheda Haldia, we noticed about 90 culverts are there, about 90, 750 dia. So I proposed, I am not going to do 750 dia culvert for a 4-laning project. So everybody asked me, why are you bothering yourself and all this? I don't know. 750 dia, if any animal goes in, if any siltation happen, no one can clean it. It's a 25-meter long. Nothing can be done. So either we have to change it, or we have to provide in between at the median portion some opening.
Yeah, manual type or something, whatever it may be.
So that become a big subject, that keep a personnel in bridges said he will not do it. So issue was raised before the member engineering of NACI. So we were on a side visit. So my team leader said to this thing that our bridge engineer is having these observations. He asked me, he sat with me 1:1. He asked me, I said, sir, you just imagine 25-meter long, this thing. He said, no, this is not good. But 90 culverts, cost is also there. I say, the amount of cost that we are putting it into, it is a percent only, very small percent. But if we are able to do good, then don't you think? So he accepted and he changed it. He said 2 meter. And do you remember, after that, I think there is now a circular in the NHI that the minimum width is required.
Okay.
That means you cannot do that. That means thought process has come up. Sometimes have come up. That this thing. So this is basically, if I tell you that this is the thing I find, that the main problem for the process, because you see, Swami Vivekananda said education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man.
Yeah.
Now the manifestation comes in with the handholding, because the Gurukul and thereafter the process can happen. Nowadays, before 1989, handholding is a must. Every senior used to catch hold of engineers and to make themselves to fit for their deliverables. It gradually shifted till 1990. It is continued, but after that, with the computers are on table, this is gone. Now,
Yes,
that is not there. That is why the whole problem is there. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Sen. In this context, I would like to highlight your observation that manifestation is off and mobile is on.
This is true. What happens with you go to any young engineers, you ask anything, immediately take out mobile from their pocket without giving a minute in their thinking process. They will come out with an answer and tell you with the high risk of whether it is correct or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is totally my thought process why it is so. A very limited percentage of civil engineers are by choice. Because when I entered into civil engineering, my first choice was civil engineering. Engineering, first choice. Today, if you look into, there is a very limited percentage of civil engineers are by choice, by compulsion.
Yes, now it is by compulsion.
Yes. Second thing, there is a mania for white collar job is significant. People are not willing to look civil engineering as a civil engineering because in our days we heard that during summer days two living animals are there. One is civil engineer, another is cow. So today's civil engineers, they don't prefer to be a civil engineer. They more the mania of a white collar job is there. So they are still looking for whether software opportunity exists or not. I'm giving my son, he's a civil engineer. I tried from third year, fourth year to be with the design process, but I find not at all. He's not interested at all.
Okay.
In first year, so he straight away joined to software, and it's not that he's not doing bad, he's doing fine. He built on his own. Maybe a high risk, but that risk is acceptable for them. So
Yeah.
this is another thing I find. Ethos, another point, ethos is in place that computer will do it all.
Yeah.
This is clients are saying, अरे आपको क्या करना है कंप्यूटर में दे दो सब कुछ हो जाएगा. Boss is saying, why are you not doing? There are all computers are there and softwares are there. Why are you not doing? So everybody, so that thing is percolating. Computer will do it all. So what is happening? People are using more of computer, spending more time on computer, but no time in the real study material. Because study material means good book, good article, good literature. No. They are putting it something into the Google search, some answer is coming, right or wrong or all those things. Whatever suits him, he picked up and delivered it.
Just mobile is on.
That's mobile is on. And the main reason for this whole today's engineer is why it is like this, because the teaching fraternity in the engineering colleges is hovering within a limited dome. Limited enough. I am telling you one example. Some client asked me to design an innovative structure using their product. Asked me, can it be done? I said, I can try. So I did. As a research work, I did that, of course, against payment. And I submitted to them. I did the calculation, then did a finite element analysis. But before doing finite element analysis using one of my colleagues, I approached because the client asked me that, you see, their MD said that I am happy with this calculation, Mr. Sen, but I want that it should be endorsed by some institute, then I'll be very confident, because they are the producer of the material.
Okay.
So they are going to market that thing. So those things, they will put it into their advertising. And the first time they will use it in their own project.
Okay.
So I approached IIT Delhi. One gentleman say, yes, we can do it and all these things, but we will take charge. I say, okay, you take charge, but we will take time. How much time? Okay, I'll talk to the dean and then let you know. They haven't come back. I approached to Roorkee. They say the same thing. They have not come back. I approached to IIST. They say, okay, we can do it. They have not come back. I asked this Bhubaneswar IIT, they approached me. I said that, okay, you first look into the structure, because these three people, they have not, and this, they say that, after looking into the structures, they say, sir, let me see, let me talk to the people. So this is what I am telling. But you see, nowadays government make it mandatory for certain structures to be approved by the engineering institutes.
Then how?
My experience is that while I was working for some railway projects, it was to be approved by some engineering institute. Some reputed engineering institute was identified. They were appointed. They were checking the document and all those things. but there are many gaps will remain. Chief engineer, he used to take pain to identify those gaps and return back to that comment to the directors. But nobody looked into. It is now a procedure to get a stamping.
Yeah.
From the institute. So institutes are not that all institutes and all are like that, but there are some institutes and some like that. My experience is very poor. I worked for some projects. Contractor was working for some contractor, and we agreed for a type of structure. Some institute, reputed institute, was the proof checking consultant on part of the client. When we submitted the design, it was new to them. They were looking for Google, what type of structure, where it is, raising many questions. At least 2.5 months, they go on process, commenting and all those things. After that, from contractor side, it was reported to us that they will not say anything related to the structure, and they are insisting us to go to the traditional form of structure. I say, for me, there is no problem. Only problem is you have to pay me twice. They say, we have no issue. We have to pay now twice. So this is where we stand. So even to the engineering, that means teaching fraternity, this process of thought is not that prominent. It is almost there. But if we look into today's subject, because few engineers after passed out, they work with me, I find, what was a chapter in our subject now is a subject in their curriculum. Like pavement design was a chapter in our highway engineering. Yeah. Now pavement design is a subject in one semester. I say, oh, what more there is it? So that means subject is the content is become very huge in nowadays. Next part is that engineering institutes feebly deliver the package of domain knowledge using computer to the students. So the students, those who are coming out, they know computer, they know engineering, but the dovetail of those two is absent in that.
Yes, right.
That is there, and that is why the engineers, after coming out, they are suffering a lot, because they are getting computer, but their knowledge base is not to the fit for the profession, so they are not delivering appropriate and they are making mistake. That is why another issue that comes in. So these are the very basic points that on account of which what is happening, those engineers, those who are coming and doing the job, they are opening up their Google search, looking for something, they are doing and all those things. Some are try to take out some textbook, convert it into Excel and try to do it. Of course, some companies, they have already developed their own Excel for the design and all those things. That is another dangerous part, because the engineers are not learning that part also, because they've been asked to use the Excel. So they become an Excel operator, basically, not the engineer. So this is my total, it is my thought reading of the total thing. Because I find every engineer who used to work with me, I used to tell them, spend 1 hour every day to read something. Some engineering topics related to the work that you are doing. In fact, I must say that one lady who was the daughter of one of my colleagues, who was in CS, she worked with me about 2.5 years, 3 years, and designed detailed design for 3 birds. Now she is working in AECOM and doing fine. So I thought that at least I am able to deliver one engineer into the profession. That is a good sign.
Okay, Mr. Sen, my next question is that we have been identifying throughout our discussion the gaps of the engineers in today's age. So obviously there should be some positive attributes of the engineers also. So have you noticed that, or can you identify some positive attributes within these engineers of today's age?
One thing is their computer usage, including softwares, they are very good and fast. And they will be better if someone hold their hand.
Okay.
Holding hand is necessary for them initial 2 years at least for them to stand on their own feet. There's holding hand that people is missing because they are very busy in delivering the products.
Correct.
Because the demand is huge, expectation level is high, delivery time is less. And so that is why these young engineers, those who are coming out, they are basically unable to see a good light because from institute they are not giving them appropriate level of this doctoring of computerization of engineering thing and all. At the same time, in the profession, they are not able to conceive. People is just, but they are getting a computer.
Yeah.
So they are really in a challenge. So one thing, their talent need to be.
They have talent, but
Their talent, yes, their talent need to be manifested by an handholding process.
yeah,
This handholding is, if it is not there, good engineers will not come out. It's very
yes.
difficult.
Operators will come.
Operator will come out.
Okay.
Good operator will come out.
Yes, my okay. In that case, before we go to the next question, what would be your advices to those young engineers?
Number one, they must study the material in college appropriately without looking into the marks only. Must study. This is number one. Pick up the subject of your choice. Like in my college days, I was having a knack for road and bridge. So I entered into the road bridge fraternity company and to work. So they should pick up some subject of their choice. Problem is, a major share of the students are not by choice,
Yeah, that you
by
told.
compulsion. That is the problem. So they are not able to love this subject. That is the problem. So they have to read the thing appropriately. Ultimately, they landed up. Second thing, they have to look for the structures which are in existence and raise question to themselves or to Google or to their teachers. I'm giving you a small example. I told many people, see, I told to CAI also that if you move below the second Hooghly bridge, below,
Yeah.
not the above, both on Calcutta side and Howrah side, you will find structures, all form of structures which are possible in the bridge engineering.
Okay, is it?
Yes. So if at least all engineering colleges can take their civil engineering students 1 day or 2 days along with an engineer from the government side who can tell them and show them what it is, it will be a good learning.
Yeah.
It will
You are
be a
right.
good learning. And they can learn a lot. What, why, and all those things.
Yes.
This is number two, that from our time, I remember when we were in college, second Hooghly Bridge construction was going on, particularly the well inside the river. So from college, people took us to that site show us what is happening. The engineering charge deliver what they did, why they did, and all those things. Of course, we are not knowing all, but we are able to know. We went to the Tala Park where the shield tunneling was going those days below that canal near the Arjikar
Okay, yeah,
hospital.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, for the metro. And we went inside the shield, the double atmospheric pressure and all those things. And so it was, we gathered some more experience that, okay, that, so those days, those two are there. Even in metro rail, all kinds of metro rail structures are there. They can, every institute can take them to each kind of structure.
Yeah,
And
there are
show
different
them.
kinds of structures.
So at least if that process is, if they start, it will be a very good thing both for teachers as well as for the students. And in fact, I proposed to our alumni association once that let us do on a topic-based lecture by the alumnus. Now the problem is in this is not that it is not impossible. You have to have certain qualification criteria, but the person who are having qualification criteria, they may not be having that much of work experience. So if they deliver such kind of thing there, it will be train the trainer. The teacher will also be able to learn what is happening.
Training the trainers, as you said.
And teachers can also next time and take the people to that thing. But I told CAI also this thing. CAI started something, but on a chargeable basis. Alok Bhomik is doing. But these institutes like IRC, CAI, Institute of Engineers, they must start sponsor something just to take their is a visit cost.
Yeah.
And to provide the established connection with the appropriate people, so that they can know. I know that secondly, there are still people who can tell why they build like that, what they built, why it is not the main bridge only. The approaches is having a various kinds of structure. If you move Calcutta and Howrah, various kinds of structures, and every structure type is having why it is so.
Okay.
There is a why is also there. So that is why it is a missing thing that should be done now.
I have noticed since last 2 decades that there has been an compartmentalization within any domain, even in the subdomain of engineering. It is quite prominent now. So my question is that is it wise? I think you got the question. Yeah.
I told you now. The focus is on the software. So he can hover within software. So if you are asking a person to learn the, say, STAD or design of highway alignment, so the person who is doing highway alignment software, he is doing alignment on the profile only. He is not knowing the pavement, he is not knowing the other parameters. Like in drainages or in the pipeline, if you are asking, he is doing that thing. But if you ask him to do the pumping station, he don't know the layout. So this is because of that thing. But earlier, a person was inducted into the project, not into software. So in the project, sometimes down below he is working for the pipeline, sometimes he is working for the pumping station, sometimes he is working for the
structures or something like that.
So, but he may not be, but he knows why, what, and all. But nowadays that is not there. The moment project comes in, oh, he knows that software. Call him and give you. So he is going and doing that thing. So once he did, so he created a problem for himself, and he is not. And that particular gentleman is not having much interest to divert him because he has to spend time to learn that.
And he's comfortable in that.
He's comfortable in that.
As an operator.
Yes, unless his pay is become double, he's not interested.
Yes, you are right.
So this is the main problem. That's why this compartmentalization is coming. And otherwise, like my shifting from roads, bridges to ports, of course, there is certain similarity. My boss, I was working in the Kolkata Environmental Improvement Project as a bridge engineer. My boss visited once. He was having some crisis, looking for some engineer to design that Salala structure. So he asked me, "Oh, gentlemen, you are working for the bridges, na?" I say, "Yes." "So you know the structure across water?" I say, "Yes." "So you know the structure, how to build it along water also?" This is something I know. "Oh, good. So you know." So he took me as the team leader for a 1 month leave from here and go there. And that way I started the designing the Salalawala and become a portman. But thereafter he hold my hand. I great respect for him. Hold my hand, took me to all chairmen of all major ports. Entering into knocking the door, he entered and tell me, "Gentlemen, I'm an old man. Look my successor."
Yeah.
So that was his language. Yeah. So that way, what I am today as a portman is like because of him, Mr. Ghosh.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, Mr. Sen, for our wide and elaborate discussion. We are coming to the end of our session today. My last question is about me. How do you see my initiative of making or discussing on such topics on the channel or on the media?
No, spreading of the message should go.
Yeah.
Because like me, there may be others, they are spreading message. One message should go to the parents.
Okay.
They should ask their children in whether they are liking engineering or not. If they are, in which fraternity they want to be. Because someone from IIT Kharagpur, someone told me that gentlemen are coming from giving so many exam and all those things, but after coming here 3 months, we find that he's not finding any interest. When we talked to him, he said, "Sir, मेरे को आता नहीं है engineering." I was asked to be in the coaching in Kota. I was there. I was sincere enough. I appeared the exam. I got the chance. I am here, but I am not. I don't want to be engineer. So what you are telling us into the classroom, I am not able to understand.
Yes.
So he is not willing to be an engineer, but he has been asked. So please ask. Like when my son says that I am not want to be in civil engineering, I say, "Okay, you build yourself." So this is the one thing I must
that this message should go through this channel.
Go. And another message it is my request to you to catch hold of some people, particularly in the government sector, who knows about some good structures.
Okay.
So that they can deliver something and offer their thing for the institutes.
Yeah.
Because I believe for going into any institute, because nowadays many private institutions are there. I know the quality of education is not that equivalent to all. Okay. Yes. But they are getting good marks. But if you add something good into them, they can be very good engineers.
Yes, of course.
So that something, because I tried myself, I talked to from IIST, they asked me that, okay, you come initially for a guest lecture and all those things, but those days I was working. Nowadays I don't find there is anybody interested into that. But when I went to college, I find there are people.
Yeah.
At least 25% people are there, those who are interested in good in civil engineering.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sen. So before we end,
Thank you
So
very much.
from our channel side, we want to give you a certificate of participation if you
Thank you very much.
accept it.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Namaskar.